Hello YouTube and welcome to another video. I am right now going to play a rapid game on chess.com and let's see how that goes. It's been a while since I've made those videos, so let's hope it goes for the better. 15 plus 10. Alright, let's search and let's see. Are there anyone out there who wants to play? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. There we are. Thinking for fun. Alright, let's go. E4, let's play E5. So this guy has a really high rating, it seems. 1945. Let's play the Petrov. Knight to F6. Okay, so he takes D6. He does not want to take an F7. Probably for the better. Bishop E7. Another move here would be Knight to C3. But he just goes on with D4 and Bishop D3, trying to get his bishops active as soon as possible. And I don't blame him. But I'm betting he's going to play Bishop G5 or castles at this point. And often in these positions he plays Knight B to D2 and plays C3 to just strengthen his center there. And sometimes I have to play D5 and C6 myself, at least D5 to get my bishop more active and also get some more space in the center. So we'll see what he does and react to that probably. C4, alright, that's also possible. I think I would have preferred C3 though, but C4 kind of takes away my somewhat control of the D5 square here. But I can immediately push D5 if I want to. Then he might go for C5. But I think I'm fine with that, because then I have this target to play against. So yeah, let's go ahead. It's interesting to see how different players play the openings and middle games and what their plans are. I find it very, very fun to watch different types of players and how they react to certain things. And I haven't played against Thinking for Fun before, so I'm not sure how he's going to react to D5. But I'm betting that he doesn't want to take or push. And yeah, because both of those two are kind of a concession to make. But again, right now, I could take, and after bishop takes, I can simply castle. I could also just castle immediately. Could play knight to C6. Bishop G4 comes to mind. C6. But C6 isn't what I want to play, because this knight doesn't actually have many squares from D7 right now. So knight to C3. So if I play knight to C6 now, can he play something like queen to B3? I'm guessing that's what he should play if I play bishop to G4 at least. So bishop G4, queen to B3. Bishop captures F3, pawn captures F3 might be an idea, but also queen captures B7. Then I'm kind of forced to take D captures C4. And then queen captures F3. Then I could take again on D3, then he takes on A8. But is that a good way of dealing with this? Giving away the exchange, but getting getting some activity though. So after c captures d3, queen captures a8. I could also just go knight to knight b d7 there. And then bishop captures c4. Okay. I like it. Let's go. It is kind of risky, but I also like to play a bit risky in these rapid games, if possible. There is just enough time to, at least against players of my own strength, to maybe recover from any missteps that I've played. Although that shouldn't be the case, and certainly has to be valued up against much else, such a move as bishop g4 and queen to b3. So queen b3, bishop captures f3. If g captures f3, then queen to c8, probably. Even b6 might be fine there. Or simply d captures c4 anyways. Yeah, that should work as well. Because the d4 pawn becomes really, really weak after I take the knight on f3 and the pawn on c4, so that the pawn on d4 is kind of just a loner in the middle of the desert. I think I like that. Maybe just simply castles here though. If that were the case, and if that is going to happen, then probably I'm going to take on c4, bishop captures back, knight to c6, and after knight to c6, maybe he then has queen to b3, and then after queen to b3, I might have to castle. Might. But let's see how he deals with this bishop g4 move first. I'm guessing he really wants to play this move, but it almost looks a bit sketchy. And even after, let's say, c captures d5, knight captures d5, and then queen to b3, I think I can take on c3 then first. And after pawn captures, if that happens, then I capture on f3. If pawn captures back, then queen to c8 afterwards. And if queen captures b7, then I take the queen with my bishop. So obviously that's not going to happen. Just to give an illustration of what I'm thinking, at least right now. Yeah, so he plays queen to b3. So taking here right away, or taking here. And I feel like taking this knight is the most obvious move. So taking here, and after, let's say g captures f3, then if I take on c4 right after that, the problem is he has bishop captures back on c4. That is also threatening the f7 square. So if I do this right away, then he takes, then I castle. Then he plays queen takes b7. Then I take on f3. Maybe he then can opt for bishop to d5, but I don't think so. So after queen captures b7, bishop captures f3. I think he has to take with the queen, but he could also take with the pawn, of course. But it looks a bit sketchy. Takes, castles, takes. Do I have something even stronger there? I'm wondering. Okay, let's take on f3. I'm betting he's going to take back with this g pawn. But it is interesting to look at queen captures b7 and all the variations that were to lead to. Very interesting. He might actually even throw in a check, but I don't think that helps him after f6 or even queen to d7. So he's having a little think here. That's good. I like that. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm listening into music here. So if you see me going something like this, with some crazy head moves, it's just me dancing up inside my head, enjoying the music here. Due to copyright infringements, I'm not going to play them, the songs that is on these videos. But it's very interesting. What is he thinking about? I bet he is considering queen captures b7 here. And what would happen after d captures c4. But I've already covered that line. So I think he has to take with the g pawn at least. Okay, he goes for it. I like it. Okay, so now we have to reassess the position. D captures c4, queen captures f3. Those were my moves. Like, he can't take the rook, then we obviously just bring our bishop back and take on a8. So that's not going to happen. But d captures c4, queen captures f3, and we could take the bishop here. But again, we have to reassess what happens after queen captures a8. And after queen captures a8, I can't really take on d4 immediately, because then this knight would be hanging with a check. That would be bad. But do we have something else? I'm not sure. I could also take here first, after rook to g1, then d captures c4. I didn't even consider that before. D captures c4, and then if rook takes, then I have to move my knight, and then this rook pawn would be hanging too. I don't like that. So d captures c4, queen captures f3. C captures d3, queen captures a8. Just simply castles. And then probably he will castle himself. Then I can take on d4. So probably he can't castle, he has to play bishop e3. Bishop e3, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take here first, at least. It would be very fun if something like c captures d3 does work. I have to calculate that, or just look at it for a little while before considering a move such as c6 or knight to d7, knight b to d7. So c captures d3, queen captures a8 again. Castles. I have to castle there. That's the thing. Castles, and let's say bishop e3. Or instead of bishop e3, queen to e4. Queen e4 doesn't work. I take it, obviously. So bishop e3, or even d5. Maybe he has d5, the pawn push d5. That too looks really risky though. But how strong is this pawn on d3? That's the problem. It's really hard to assess that. Really hard to assess. I just had to switch my music there. C captures d3, queen captures a8. Castles. d5. But d5 I have bishop c5. So bishop e3, alright, bishop e3. Bishop e3, rook to e8. Queen goes back to f3. Or castles. Okay. I think I have to play c6. I don't see the continuation after these moves right here. I thought that would be really, really fun to play. But I am probably mistaken. But we're going to check that with the computer after the game. For now, I'm going to play c6. Now bishop captures c4. I should probably just castle there. Although he is having some threats down this diagonal anyways. But getting my rook into the game and freeing this bishop to become more potent at some other square. Yeah. Let's castle. So bishop e3 is a logical move, protecting this pawn. That also is true for queen to e3, but then rook to e8 might have some nasty discoveries towards the queen. Yeah, bishop e3. Could I play queen to b6 here? I know it steps into this d5 discovery from the bishop, but I don't think he can do that. So after d5, queen captures on b2. He can't take immediately, so he would have to play some move to safeguard everything. So maybe after queen b6, bishop to b3. And then knight to d7, and if d5, then I have c5. Then this pawn will become really a big target. Let's go. Let's go indeed. Trying to not let him castle right now, at least. I don't think I will sacrifice many pieces to accomplish that, though, like Mikhail Tal, but who knows. This knight is really in bad shape. This rook needs to get out onto the d file or b file, and this rook needs to be on the open e file. So that's what we're trying to aiming for. We try to aim for that. But right now, kind of needed my queen here to defend the pawn on c6 before moving my knight. Because right now, like here, the only move that was saving that pawn was this knight on b8. But okay. What will he play? And yeah, I'm not feeling too good today. Kind of sick, and it's really annoying. And also I'm, as you saw, a bit tired. But hey, that's just life. Such is life. Alright. But I'm down on time at least, but that's the way it is. I think I always is down on time in these games. So that's not something new. So what does he play here? I have a feeling that bishop to b3 is a good move. Just stepping back with your bishop, not having any loose pieces in the position, and also just saving this pawn. This move. But maybe he has some crazy tactical shot that I'm unaware of. Okay, so he just simply castles. So I can take back my pawn here at least. Then he has to bring some defense onto the c3 knight or move the knight. So let's say I take knight to d4, e4 is one move. I can take back, queen takes, But that just helps my position after something like bishop f6 and knight to d7. Or even just knight to d7 immediately. So he doesn't have any discoveries with his bishop. So if I take and he plays something like rook f2, b1, I could take here without any issues towards my queen, any discoveries onto the c3 square. Any other moves that I'm not worried about? Queen captures b2. I don't think so. Like, I'm helping him get his rook onto the c-file. But I really need to grab that pawn back as well, I think. Yeah, let's take. So I have to start to play a bit faster right now. But again, I think that those 10 seconds with increment each for each move should be enough to actually keep on playing and not falling for some severe traps for now. And as I say that, probably he has a master move that I completely missed. I don't see it, so I'm sorry. So a problem with me capturing here on f3 with my bishop is that I actually gave away my bishop here and gave him his to roam freely. So this light squared bishop cannot be contested in the normal sense that you would put a bishop on e6 or a6 here and try to attack that piece. Now I have to do that with either a knight or a rook. Or the queen, obviously, but I don't want to give away my queen for a bishop if my queen gets taken again. I believe that's common sense in chess. Unless, of course, there is a mate lurking. But again, I'm very curious about c captures d3 in the previous position. What the computer would say after this move. Queen captures f3. So this take or this capture right here. All right, rook f to c1 as expected. And now he might be considering bringing his rook over to the b file as well. I can play knight b to d7. Then he could snatch that pawn on c6. He could also play this immediately before doing anything else. If rook a to b1, then I have to play my queen to a3. And I don't think he has any immediate threats towards my queen there. Queen can always drop back to d6. And I need to get my pieces out. Let's do it. Giving away this pawn again, but at least I have 2 targets to try to deal with, and he has only this. Well, he has a7 as well, but like this pawn, a7 is a bit hard to catch for now. But d4 looks very juicy and tempting to try to catch with a move such as rook to d8, something like those lines at least. Just trying to line up against that pawn. Let me put on some more music because it keeps on stopping. Yay. So I have 1 minute and 50 seconds left, and he has 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. So I'm down a minute here. Have to think fast. But again, the 10-second increment should work good enough. And if queen captures c6, I may even play queen to b4. Maybe. Or rook a to c8, probably. That is a good move. Rook a to c8. I like that. Okay, so he takes on c6. So let's just consider this move then. Rook a to c8. Probably he has to go to b5. He can also go to a4 or back to f3, but on a4 I think I have rook to b4, threatening to capture this bishop, and after queen here I can play something like knight to b8, and that bishop should be a gunner. So the other move is after rook a to c8, queen to b5. Do I trade there? Okay, let's play it at least. I'm down to 1 minute here. Why did I think I had rook to b4? I don't have rook to b4 after queen to a4. That was miscalculated by me. I thought my rook was in b8 for some reason. That's just terrible. And he goes to b5. Alright. So now, maybe bring my rook back. Getting some activity there. Yeah, let's do that. And if he goes to rook a to b1, I'm going to double up here on the b file. He might have this pawn push though, threatening to capture my a7 pawn. Then I have to play something like a5. Okay, he goes there instead and wants to trap my rook. That's fine. So I can play my bishop here, let's say, and take here, and threatening to take the rook afterwards. Let's do that. And if knight here, again rook captures b3. And in doing that, I also take away one of his bishops, which is kind of good. I I lose one myself, but it's much easier to play against one bishop than two bishops. That's for sure. So maybe he wants to just move his rook. He does. Okay. So now he is threatening this move. And what do I play? This move? Let's go ahead and play that. I don't have too much time to think about these moves anyways. 44 seconds versus 1 minute and 10 seconds for him. So can I go back? Try to repeat the position? Or do I just take the knight? I think I want to take that knight actually and play knight to e4. Okay. Rook f to b8 looks actually really strong. So if he wants to play rook to c2, I'm going to take here. That looks really, really strong. Trying to set a trap, at least, if he wants to trade. He does not. Alright. Can I go here? Then he has rook down to c7. Okay. Little time left. King f8. Okay, so we could do that there. Huh. So, can I take here? Probably not. Okay. Okay, so I'm losing the exchange anyways. Alright, let's go with this move then. Let's lose a piece instead. Because that's much better. So maybe I should have gone for the repetition there. Bishop back to a3. Didn't have time to think about his agenda with king to f1 either. But obviously I should have thought about that because it is covering the only secure square for my rook at that moment. Alright. So he says that I don't have any squares for this knight. Let's go here. No. Then he gives me a check on b4. So now rook to e6 check, king to d7, bishop here. Yeah. He can't actually do that, can he? I have knight captures e8 then. Interesting. Okay. King e7. So he wants this in right away anyways. Just trying to bring my knight over to d6 or c7. And I think there is a forced way for him to actually win this a7 pawn now, with bishop d5. Go in here. Yeah, let's go to c7. Okay, threatening a mate and also trying to win this knight. That's bad news for me. Very bad news. Let's give this check. Play knight to f6. Or even king to b7. Let's play that. Now he has rook to c8 and then rook back to c7 once I move this knight. That's not good. Winning another pawn. And another pawn. And another pawn. So those bishops can be really menacing, as you can see. Give another check. Here or here. I think those are his two options. Oh yes, this check now. Then I take his rook. Then it takes here. Two bishops versus a rook. Really bad for me. Yeah, I have to step down. If I go here, he has mate in 1 with rook to a5. Yeah, king to b6. And now bishop here, probably. King here. Bishop c4 check. King to b7. Wow, he has that move. That is just game over, isn't it? That is game over. Okay. Wow. Okay, now let's resign. Good game, man. Good game. Okay. So let's go and see what we should have played instead. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6. So this this particular line is good. It's boring. It is said to be better for white, but I like my chances as black in knight. So Thinking for Fun says that I had knight captures f2 at one point. So here was the big happening, I think, although this wasn't what cost me the game, but oh, my arrows keeps coming up. Yeah. Maybe I could have just taken that queen also. But I didn't like the fact that he got his knight more active on b5, even though where is that knight actually going? Bishop b3 now. Bishop a3, rook to e1, bishop back to b4. Maybe here I could have just gone back and forth, probably, between these two. If he ever wanted to do something, then he would have to do something else than play his rook to e1 at least. And then after the knight moves, I have rook to e2 anyways. Even though my rook is trapped after king to f1 there. But okay. I took the knight, and here I was really considering knight to e4, but I was a bit scared about rook to c7. Rook to c7 would have been bad, I think. Then I have to put my knight on b6, let's say. Yeah, it looked really, really hard to deal with. And here, if he had gone there with rook to c2, I could have taken that bishop, so that if he takes back, then I take his rook. And if he takes my rook, I take back with my other rook. Yeah, so king f8. What could I have played here? Again, this move doesn't work. Here I was more concerned about that move because of rook to c7 again. And my reasoning for this move was that I could play this move. I didn't really consider that he had bishop c1, although I knew that he had it. But for some reason I just totally froze up because of the time. And here, of course, I'm going to be down something anyways. But I think rook captures b3 would have been... No, this rook captures b3 would have been better. If this rook captures on b3, then he can actually take back with his a pawn. And this rook is still trapped. That's actually kind of fun. Okay, so knight to e4, but still giving away a piece, not just the exchange. And yeah, from this point on, it's game over. Because of this move that he played f3, I didn't get any counterplay with my knight there. A really strong move by him. And because of these two bishops as well, I don't have any counter threats whatsoever. So yeah, this is just a matter of technique by him, and he proved to be worthy of that technique for sure. And maybe king to b5 was overextending this. Just going back to f6 with my knight. But at this point it's totally over anyways. Totally over. So here I only thought about this move. I didn't see bishop to c8. That was a perfect move by him. Bishop c8, wow. And that is very, very hard to deal with. So let's go to the computer assistance and let's see how the computer says this went. I just have to go to some other... Alright, I don't have that set up apparently. So let's focus on bringing that back. I'm sorry guys, this might be a bit... this might take a bit of time, but I hope it works. You can't even see me right now, can you? Here we go. Let's just delete that. And delete this one too. Bring me up here. Alright. I should have actually thought about that before starting to record. But okay. There we are, I believe. Okay. So, what does the computer say about this? If it wants to give me the computer lines, of course. Here we go. So here, the computer agrees that bishop captures f3 is one of the strongest moves, but d captures c4 is actually better for black, it seems. And now queen captures b7, computer suggestion, and now knight b to d7 immediately. Okay. Now bishop captures g2, knight b d7 again. I thought this was too weakening. I thought about that. But I thought that bishop captures g2 would be too weakening. Okay, I took the pawn, and then he took back with his queen. And the computer agrees actually with... Okay, now it is saying... Okay, it can't make up its mind. C captures d3 is actually somewhat promising. It seems. That's fun. So let's look at that. C captures d3, queen captures a8. And now castles, yeah, that's what I had in mind if I were to play this line. And bishop e3, yeah, again, my calculations took me this far, but after this I didn't really see a continuation for black. That was my problem, and as you can see by, or as you can tell by the computer, it is much worse for me at this point, much worse. It's equivalent to about 2 pawns for white here. So c5, d captures c5, and d2 check actually. What? Okay. Needless to say, it didn't work. So c6 was played by me, and he played bishop captures c4. I played castles, and he played bishop e3. All correct. And what I thought he would play, knight bd7 is the best move here, actually, just giving away that c6 pawn. And queen b6 isn't anywhere near top 3. Yeah, so he did it again with castles. Played a perfect move almost. So here, queen captures b2. That's what I played. Rook a to c1, rook f to c1 was what he played. Now I played knight b to d7, yeah. And rook a to b1. Bishop b3 as well. Yeah, and bishop b3 looked kind of scary, and then I would have to play queen to a3 before this knight could harass me with a move such as knight back to d1. But queen captures c6. Okay, rook a c8, the best move apparently. Queen b5. I thought about that for just a second, but I realized that, or I thought at least that it didn't give me much. But then he can't really trade immediately, at least. So if bishop a3, if he takes, then I take back with my bishop and threatens both of the rooks. So it's impossible for him to actually take there. So what if we had played such a move like as this? Then I can take, yeah. Okay, so he has to move his queen first, or his rook. Let's say queen a6 as the strongest move for white. Now just queen to b8. Okay, now rook c to b1, I assume. Yeah. Okay, let's not go deeper into that line. He took my queen and I took it back. Now bishop to b3. Now bishop a3, yeah. Now we played rook to e1. Now I should play bishop e4, and that's what I did. Should have played rook a to c1 here. So it isn't losing for me at this point. Now knight to b6. Okay. So what happened after that move? He can't play this because then I have... Well, let's look at that. If knight to d1, then rook to e2, king to f1, then I'm threatening mate. He can't do that, obviously, because my bishop is guarding that square. Cool. Alright. But I took and he took back, and now rook f to b8. And that, guys, is a losing move. Again, knight to b6. Or knight to g4. Okay, knight to g4 here. That's fun. That's funny. So trying to get at this bishop, and also if the bishop moves, then I can take on f2 with my rook here. I think that's what my opponent was suggesting. I had so little time at this point though. And here it's just losing, isn't it? No! I missed an obvious tactical resource taken here. Oh man, so taking here, it would still be pretty bad for me though, but at least I'm not lost. Completely lost at least. He has the bishop here, so it's going to be real hard to play against that, but still. Oh man! I didn't see that one move tactic. That's ridiculous. There you go. Everyone makes mistakes. It's kind of fun. So bishop captures b2, and now it's just too much to deal with at this point. Yeah. Slowly increasing everything that he has against me, and I have nothing to show for. Mate in 4 actually. So after bishop c8 check, rook to b7 only move, bishop d8, threatening this move, so now I have to give away my knight, and now bishop captures knight, and what to play? I'm completely stuck with these pieces right here. So the computer suggests g6 or g5, and then rook captures, or just rook to a5, checkmate. That would have been a nice finish though, really nice finish. Okay, kudos to my opponent for finding these excellent moves, and bad boy to me for not seeing rook captures f2. All right, that's it. Thank you. Oh, you guys didn't actually see that. Oh, I'm so sorry. No. Okay. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this, at least this game. It has been a really long while since I played any of these rapid games, so maybe I'll do another one. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.